Disclaimer. This video is a joke and contains lots of details that are over-exaggerated or simply untrue. That being said, this video does contain spoilers for Undertale and Deltarune. Homophobia in Deltarune. It's not something you really ever think about. Toby Fox is obviously very supportive of the LGBTQ community, after all. However, with Pride Month just ending, it's time to see how supportive some of our favorite fuzzy friends actually are. Also, I'm only ranking characters who have been important up until this point, so like no Undyne or Jockington or whatever. Noelle comes first in our ranking because, well, she is clearly at least a lesbian, if not bisexual or pansexual. While there actually are some homophobic people who turn out to actually be homosexual themselves, Noelle certainly isn't one of them. This is probably the easiest ranking on this list we'll ever see. Susie comes up next in our ranking. While Susie is Noelle's main love interest, we don't really have any direct confirmation on whether or not Susie is part of the LGBTQ community, that I recall. However, Susie certainly wouldn't mind discovering that one of her pals were part of it, considering her laid-back and nonchalant attitude outside of battles, of course. She is definitely not homophobic. We don't have enough information on Chris. They are non-binary, though. Birdly. He is certainly himself. While he has been caught saying the gamer word by his mommy and daddy, he has yet to make any statements on the LGBTQ community. He is certainly a ladies' man, so that puts him a nudge above Chris, and he has been seen saying some pretty interesting things on Twitter recently, though nothing to grant him the rank of homophobic. Similar to Susie, Lancer is pretty chill outside of battles, if not mischievous. However, one thing that puts him above the other characters at this point is his father. You see, Lancer may be negatively influenced by his father. It's not uncommon for tyrants to hold prejudice and spread this prejudice to their children, like father like son, as they always say. This gives us an above zero chance of Lancer being homophobic. Some people theorize that Toriel may be homophobic due to how she acts around Undyne and Alphys during the pacifist ending of Undertale. This is really fucking stupid. Devil is a being of chaos. He treats all equally. However, there's no guarantee that he won't at least say something homophobic amidst all of his chaos. However, he likely won't mean it because after all, he's the one who's free from the cage. He doesn't have to worry about such frivolous things as your sexuality. The possibility of him slipping up is the only thing putting him above some of the other characters. However, one must acknowledge his inner struggles. He shouts phrases like, "I can do anything," and "metamorphosis." Could these lines perhaps be relating to his struggles with sexuality and gender? Perhaps "I can do anything" could mean he is pansexual since he can do anything. And perhaps metamorphosis could refer to him being gender fluid. Is W.D. Gaster Jevils love Spamton? Spamton was actually supposed to be higher on this list, but he informed me with a check for 500 Chromer in many emails that he is the least homophobic character in the game because he is the best salesman and will never discriminate against his beautiful customers. Just look at the Spang Tong and the Snow Grave. What a lovely ring being sold for number 1 Spamton. Get yours for just 97 Chromer. Fancy, spectacular, microwave safe. The FDA has approved this ring for tasty mineral machine powder. Do not ingest the ring. Get one now and you'll get a second one for her absolutely 100% price tag. Do not ingest the ring. Come by Spam Run. Go. 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 Do not ingest the ring. Don't hold onto your socks as this may cause hemorrhage. Queen is literally a computer, but this doesn't save her from the wrath of homophobia. After all, AI is always subject to human biases, and as such, it is likely Queen has said something homophobic during her lifespan. She is at the mercy of everyone who trained her and programmed her AI. King is probably homophobic. He is a king after all. As I said before, people who are in high positions of power and show other kinds of discrimination, such as the king not being too keen on them light folks, tend to also have prejudices against the LGBTQ community. However, King has recently appeared on the Joe Rogan podcast, claiming he forgives the Lightners and wishes them well. He even claimed that some of his best friends are Lightners. What do you think? Papyrus is insanely homophobic. He is constantly being monitored at all times due to how fucking homophobic he is. The reason he doesn't talk about his past life is because he spent most of his time hating gay people. His brother Sans has also chosen to remain off this list. How interesting indeed. Papyrus is extremely, maniacally homophobic and is constantly screaming slurs at people as he stays inside and plays video games, wearing his fedora and talking to kittens online. Papyrus has absolutely no redeeming qualities whatsoever.
I fear no man, but that thing, it scares me.
I ain't talking about that freak, alright? He's not here, is he? How do I get this fucking thing off?
One shudders to imagine what inhuman thoughts lie behind that mask. One dreams of chronic and sustained cruelty.
Ralsei is so incomprehensibly homophobic that he has to actively prevent himself from constantly shouting homophobic slurs at his friends. In an interview with the police after Ralsei was charged with assault and battery, he was questioned about his homophobia. The interviewing officers were never found. Whenever we don't see Ralsei on screen, he is carefully plotting his next hate crime, screaming slurs out loud as he does so, but that only accounts for his more obvious crimes. While Ralsei is undoubtedly the most horrendously homophobic character in all of gaming, he also has a few less obvious acts on his record. Blackface is a form of theatrical makeup used predominantly by non-black people to portray a caricature of a black person. In the United States, blackface declined in popularity in the beginning of the 1940s and into the civil rights movement of the 1950s and 1960s, and was generally considered highly offensive, disrespectful, and racist by the turn of the 21st century. Oh? What's this?